All right. Good morning again. My name is Adamson. In this video, I intend to show you what the message of the Bible is. Basically, when we read the Bible is pointing us to one thing. From Genesis up until the New Testament, the Bible is pointing us to the cross, to the person of Jesus. Now, let's take a short journey. Now, take for instance the Bible in the book of Genesis, right? In chapter 1, it started the story of creation, and then ran through creation, and then up to chapter 3, where we see the fall of man. And after man fell, from chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5, chapter 6, we saw the effects of the fall. Chapter 7, and then the flood came in chapter 8, and there was a new beginning through Noah. But then, after Noah was saved, and the whole story started again, and the world began to form again. Now, in God's story of trying to redeem man, he had to pick a man that would stand as a reference point to initiate the process of redemption. And that man happened to be Abraham. And take note, everything I'm saying now, you can confirm it in the book of Matthew and the genealogy of Jesus Christ. So you discover from Adam, he gave birth to Cain and Abel, and Abel died, and the next person that came into the picture was Seth. And then you follow the lineage down up to Noah, who kept who held forth the promise of God. And after Noah, you see how it went down: Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and that's how the lineage continued until it got to Terah, and then Abraham was God's man. Now, the journey started with Abraham, and then the Bible told us everything about Abraham, not because Terah had only one son, but because the journey was tending towards, the Bible is trying to point us towards the Messiah, right? So he's only picking the important characters that took us to the cross. So Abraham happened to be the main character in Genesis chapter 12 amongst three brothers. So we had the story of Abraham. And then alongside, Abraham gave birth to his son whose name was Ishmael. After some years, about 13 years later, he gave birth to Isaac. But then we didn't hear much of Ishmael because Ishmael was not part of the Messianic lineage. So he picked Isaac. So you discover now the story shifted to Isaac in the book of Genesis. And you discover that we started going on Isaac. Then Isaac gave birth to two children, Jacob and Esau. And then simultaneously the story was going up until when we no longer heard about Esau. Why? Because Jacob had to leave his father's house because he was running for his life because of what he did. Took away his brother's blessing. We're not talking about that now though. So he ran, and then the story shifted to Jacob. And we started hearing about Jacob. He was part of the Messianic lineage. You understand? So after that, it was time to return. But while he was coming back to Canaan, he came back with 12 children. He had 12 children. And out of the whole 12 children, each of them are significant. But there was one who was supposed to push the God's agenda to the next phase. Now, this is where the twist comes now. Judah is the ancestor of Jesus. But you discover that when we got to Genesis chapter 30, 31, 32, 33, and 34, nobody was talking about Judah. The story shifted to Joseph. Why? So, follow on the next video and find out why the story shifted to Joseph.